Built members have let us know that this is where they want to go. History, food, a little bit of fun in the sun. Let's show you how to use Built points to go to Greece. My name is Richard Kerr, Senior Director of Travel here at Built Rewards. Welcome to another episode of On Point, where I show you how to maximize your Built points on travel. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, we're gonna start with flights, but before I jump in, remember we have a new capability powered by PointMe within the Built Rewards app. If you go to the travel tab, select our transfer partner search, you can search all of our airline partners in one simple input into the Built app. It's gonna show you how many points it is across all of our partners to fly to Greece. So make sure you check that out in the Built Rewards app. Today, I'm gonna focus on our partner Emirates. And if you're familiar with Emirates, you're going, Richard, I don't wanna go to Dubai, I wanna go to Greece. Well, they have this wonderful thing we call a Fifth Freedom route where Emirates actually flies from Newark Airport nonstop to Athens. Fifth Freedom because it does not touch their home operating territory of the United Arab Emirates. They go from New York to Greece and then Greece down to Dubai. But you can just book that first leg and it can be a fantastic value. So let's go here to the Emirates website. Remember, one of the best products flying in the sky. You can fly economy, business, or first class. I am logged into my Emirates account. I do want to make sure that I click Classic Rewards and I'm going to search from Newark, EWR, over to Athens, Greece. One passenger. I like this flexible date search opportunity. We're going to pick a fall trip out in October and then we're going to start in economy class. I like to search all my award flights one way. Remember, that is because if I have to change my outbound flight, it will not mess with my return and I don't have to change the entire itinerary. So I like to search award flights one way. And with the Emirates website loaded, you see I can pick any day of this week and fly in one of the best economy classes in the world for 38,750 miles and $53 to get one way from Newark to Athens. Absolutely fantastic. Now, me, myself, I'm a little bit bougie. If I'm going over an ocean, it's probably at least gonna be in premium economy. So let's go back and change that search and say, hey, what about business class for this flight? And I'm gonna do a search again. Okay, here you see our business class results have loaded. So 87,000 miles one way, $105. Pretty great deal to go all the way to the middle of Europe from the East Coast. I do wanna show you one thing that's a little bit unique about the Emirates program. Round trip pricing is not 2x one way. It can be a better deal to book round trip. And if you remember, I just said I like to book my trips one way. This might be one of the only times I'll make an exception if the deal is a little bit better. Now, Emirates charges you different amounts of points on different dates to fly. You just need to search and see which dates are gonna be the most affordable. So if you see here, round trip is 77,500 miles and $147. And it's about that same all the way until you see, hey, some dates is only 61,250 round trip. If you remember, one way was 38,500. So it's a better deal here to book round trip rather than one way. If it's worth you to save a little bit of miles, then you can book round trip and just know if you're gonna change your outbound flight, it is gonna affect your return. Okay, so we have fantastic flights on Emirates over to Greece. Now, where do we want to stay? Let's start with our friends over at Hyatt. One thing I like about the Hyatt website is you can put an entire country in. We're gonna go ahead and select those October dates for a fall trip again. All important, use points button, and we'll do find hotels. Okay, we're gonna start here in Athens. You see you have one property kind of on the outskirts of town, then you have a couple of properties here in the middle of the action. The Grand Hyatt Athens is highly regarded property, only 15,000 points. You can get to all of the amazing historical ruins right here within walking distance. So you've enjoyed Athens and all the history for a few days, and now you want to get away to a little bit of a luxury vacation. Let's head southeast to the island of Santorini, one of the most popular destinations in the world right now that are all small luxury hotel properties of the world that you can book with your Hyatt points. Remember, small luxury hotel properties are not Hyatt hotels. Your status will not be recognized, but every booking does come with a room and breakfast for two people. We can also go over to our partners at IHG, and you're gonna see some of the luxury properties that they have within this portfolio of hotels. Search out again in our October date, one at a time. Remember, all important reward nights is what we wanna look for, and we'll do a search one night at a time. First thing I do on IHG search results is go to that map view so I can see where all the hotels are located in the country. What you're gonna notice is the sheer number of properties, most of these called Mr. and Miss Smith hotels. I'm gonna zoom in here to Mykonos, the other very popular island. You're gonna see how many different Mr. and Miss Smith properties are here. You see starting at 32,500 points, and some of these going all the way up to almost 1,000 euros per night. I have not stayed at a Mr. and Miss Smith property, but I can tell you that anybody I've talked to who has really loved their stay. And I think if you just do a little bit of research here, you're not gonna go wrong being able to pick one of these properties, and you see again, pretty much on every major and minor island, there's somewhere for you to stay with IHG points. If you wanna know how to get from Athens to Santorini, I'm gonna tell you there's a lot of low-cost carriers. These are very affordable airlines. Great thing about Google Flights is you can look at the calendar and it'll show you the prices for every single day, starting here at only $38 for the very quick flight. It's gonna be on Ryanair a little bit early in the morning. You can also book one, you see here, $52 or $64 on Aegean. Aegean is a Star Alliance partner. You could technically use United Miles or airplane points to book it, but because it's only $64, I recommend you just go ahead and pay cash and you can get between Athens and Santorini with no problem. So to all of our Bilt members who've been asking, Richard, how do I go to Greece on Bilt points? Well, we have an airline flight for under 40,000 points one way. One of the best products in the entire sky. You can use Hyatt points to stay in Athens or down on Santorini. You can fly low-cost carriers amongst the islands, and you can use IHG points to stay at one of many Mr. and Miss Smith hotel properties. If you like this video, make sure you hit like and subscribe. You can always leave us a comment or a question below. If you want to visit islands on the other side of the world, make sure you check out our video on Hawaii. With that, I'll see you out there.